And I want to go back to that number you mentioned really quick, 4 billion by 2030. What companies do you expect to capture most of that value first?
Yeah, it's a great question. And if you look at like the most established companies in quantum, those are the IBMs and the Googles of the world that have been at it now for a very long period of time, have very solid balance sheets, a lot of cash to deploy, tremendous amount of R&D that they're deploying towards this quantum initiative. So we think that the bulk of what is going to get captured will be by these established players. There are newer players where there's a lot of technology risk and execution risk, right? So I think while we don't cover a lot of the newer players in quantum, we do think that these are stories which are pretty binary outcomes, right? You want this technology. I mean, the analogy I would draw would be with a biotech company. You know, it could explode higher if they got FDA approval, and it could just go to zero if not. And it's kind of somewhat like that because these companies don't have a lot of revenue to show right now, yet their valuations are very significant. And so when you put those two things together, with the fact that it's very difficult technology to explain and the revenue milestones are just not very measurable in concrete terms in the very near term in the next 1 to 2 years, I think all that makes it extremely difficult for an investor to keep track of what are the right milestones to track. Are they really making progress towards capturing that $4 billion or not by 2030? And that's really hard to do.